What is going on, guys? Mobile Carrier News here. This is my own personal opinion on why I believe Sprint should have been, I don't want to say the word merge because T-Mobile uses the word merge like it's something fancy, like it's their network is like the best. It's all a part of their marketing scheme. But I feel like Sprint should have been bought by either AT&T and Verizon. Now, the reason I say this, it should have been bought by one of these two, is because AT&T and Verizon, they actually and truthfully take their service very seriously. Like, they actually take the time to, like, build out their networks. They build out 4G LTE way before T-Mobile. T-Mobile had zero coverage in 2012 and 2013, and it took them more years, probably till 2016 or more, to actually build a 4G LTE network. And AT&T and Verizon were way ahead of the game. They were done. They were finishing up, and they kept improving it too. Their speeds were blazing fast. And I honestly feel like now, I don't think AT&T and Verizon need Sprint, although that would help them dramatically. Let's say Verizon bought Sprint. They would be ahead of the curve, and no one could touch them. No one could touch them right now as we're speaking. But if they bought Sprint and combined their networks to turn their Sprint towers into Verizon towers, with their low or mid band, I forget which one Sprint uses. They use one of those. AT&T would be the strongest and most powerful network in the United States of America. Like, I'm not kidding. They would dominate the competition. They're already dominating now. They would be dominant for decades, for centuries. Nobody could outbeat them. Even if Dish came out with their own 5G network, they could not be touched. However, let's go to an alternative route. Let's say AT&T bought Sprint and was able to use 100% or have access to their 2.5 spectrum / mid-band and low-band connections, with Sprint only having, I believe, 4G LTE and some 5G. I heard Sprint did have a lot of 5G networks. AT&T would either be on either like in the middle of Verizon, or AT&T would be on top. I honestly don't know. We all know, obviously, know an AT&T and Sprint don't exist. A Verizon and Sprint don't exist. But I believe that if AT&T bought Sprint, AT&T would be the second. It would be so powerful that Verizon would be shaking in their boots. Or AT&T could surpass them by this time, because we both know Verizon and AT&T actually take their network serious. They actually upgrade and fix their towers. They don't invest. They're not cheap. They don't invest like $5 to $7 billion on their company. They invest billions, like $10 to $20 billion. And T-Mobile's just here investing a small amount, billions, $5 to $7 billion. But the point is, if any of these bought out Sprint, one of these two would be the top king and carriers. If Verizon bought Sprint, they would still be number one, even higher for decades. If AT&T bought Sprint, it's honestly, I wouldn't say it's game over for Verizon. I would just say Verizon would be very scared, and they would have to invest more money, more capital, they would have to invest more money just to not lose to AT&T, because Verizon has been king on everything. And the fact that the second biggest carrier, AT&T, could honestly lose or surpass or be even like a neck and neck to Verizon would be frightening, especially for them. So this is what I think. This is why I think one of those two should have bought for Sprint, because T-Mobile is not really, like, they're not doing that. They're not doing what I thought they would do, honestly. I know I have their network right now. It's decent, but I've been having issues. But that's beside the point. The point is, T-Mobile is not fulfilling the promises. My subscribers are also telling me they've never fulfilled their promises, and it's true. It's honestly true. From 2011 to 2013, T-Mobile kept marketing, not like now crazy, but back then they were marketing how they had the fastest 4G LTE, fastest LTE network coverage LTE that, which was honestly not true. And Verizon was king, still king at the time. But T-Mobile's not. I honestly wish Sprint got bought by one of these two. I feel like if Sprint got bought by one of these, Verizon or AT&T, and if I was on Sprint, I would immediately, let's say Sprint got bought by Verizon, I would immediately switch to a Verizon, like I would immediately switch to the service, or AT&T. But the fact that T-Mobile was able to buy Sprint and say merge, but technically bought, and T-Mobile's not doing anything about it. What's even worse, T-Mobile is actually decommissioning some small cells and only using like a small percentage. I believe the total was, I think, 50,000 small cells, and they're only going to use 13,000. I was thinking, T-Mobile, what are you doing? Why are you using only 13,000? Like, what are you gonna do with the rest? Are you just gonna leave them alone, like not touch them, not improve the service? Like you bought Sprint for a reason. I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys are using less than 100%. If you have 50,000 small cells, 50,000, that's a lot of small cells, by the way. Either you can convert those, you can convert, I'm pretty sure for small cells, I don't know what you can convert them into, whatever service you can. Maybe 4G, LTE, maybe 5G, maybe all, I don't know, low band, mid band, millimeter waves, whatever it is. Like, T-Mobile, why are you only using 13,000, and then the rest you're just not touching? Like I don't understand, like, why you guys are doing that. You're literally wasting investment. In my opinion, you're wasting investment, you're wasting time, you're wasting money, and you're also wasting a customer like me and any other customer's time on trying to improve your network. You bought Sprint for a reason. Like, I honestly wish one of these two bought Sprint instead. I wish Verizon bought Sprint. You know how crazy their coverage would be right now? It would probably the fact that Verizon moves pretty fast with AT&T, I would say Verizon would take them 2 years to convert all the Sprint towers and all those small cells to Verizon towers. It would take them maybe 2 to 3 years, I'm guessing. And Sprint would be dominant, AT&T would be dominant, but I don't know what T-Mobile's doing. They're doing their own thing. I guess they're doing, I guess what the T-Mobile's saying they're doing, they're moving away from the competition and doing their own thing. That's great and all, but if you, like, this route's not working out. At least in my opinion, like, 13,000 small cells used and the rest, like, not touched. It doesn't make any sense. I honestly wish one of these two bought Sprint. But, the merger, it was a year ago. What's done is done. Wanted to see how T-Mobile does in the next 5 years. I'm giving it 5 years. I want to know what T-Mobile will be on in the next 5 years. Will one of these two beat T-Mobile in the new Sprint? I'm sorry, will one of these two beat Sprint and T-Mobile merger? Definitely, 100%. I believe that for a fact. And Verizon is going to be #1 probably. I wouldn't be surprised if AT&T beat Verizon. But T-Mobile, nothing new I'm seeing with them. I really hope they get their act together, because if they don't, I'm just gonna be a former T-Mobile customer, and I've been wanting to switch to T-Mobile since 2012. I guess their marketing caught my eye. I was with AT&T before, and I guess their marketing got me, and I switched to AT&T just because I guess it was, like, I don't know, kind of expensive. I guess I wanted to go for something cheaper, but now I'm seeing the T-Mobile's true colors. So either fix your stuff or I'm out, T-Mobile. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think about this. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Turn on post notifications so you make sure when I post another video, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.